So if you carry in the appendix position, you probably recognize this. The Raven RCS claw goes on a holster. As the belt cinches, it pulls the holster this way, which tucks the grip of the gun in towards your body, because that's usually the part of the gun that prints when we carry appendix. It's the butt of the grip, right? And so you're also probably familiar with this. The Mod Wing came out later, right? It's a claw that's modifiable. You can see the screw on the top there. You can take that piece off, switch it around, use a shorter one, whatever. Both of these do a very good job at tucking the grip of the gun. Some of us do actually have problems with it, though, at least for me, the way I'm shaped. These actually cause me to print in just a different way, where even though the grip of the gun is tucked, the sight, the top of the slide, kind of where the sights sit, that starts to print because they over aggressively torque the gun out sometimes, right? So although these work really well for a lot of people, they don't work for everyone. But we now have a game changer. The Dark Wing. Okay, you can see it right here. This is a new kind of claw made by Dark Star Gear, and you can tell it's a little different, in particular how it's shaped. It actually tapers like this, right? It starts a little thinner, gets thicker on the top, and it has these teeth that kind of hold it in place. And what this does is not only does it, when your belt is here, and I'll demo this in a second, not only does it turn the grip in, but the fact that it's tapered up like this means that it pushes the gun back up against your body. So you see a lot of times people will put a foam wedge at the bottom of their holster. It kind of mimics that, except you're not doing it with a wedge, you're just doing it with this. And it even makes everything more comfortable in that it kind of alleviates, like a little bit of pressure. It takes everything, pulls everything up, creates space, and hugs the gun super close to your body, so you're not really adjusting the holster all day, which happens like a lot of the time, right? Like we're constantly having to like move stuff around. This thing stays like pretty damn close, and I'll demo it for you now. As you can see, the gun is super close to me, basically cemented right up against me. And this is a Glock 17. This has a pretty big ass grip, and if you look, I mean, it makes this thing disappear. Okay. It's not a small gun to conceal. It's not like a 19 or a 48. So I can't stress it enough. And just for the reference, I have no professional affiliation with Dark Star Gear. I pay for my holsters just like everybody else. But for me, this little piece has been a game changer, and it can go anywhere that you have a Raven claw or a Mod Wing claw. It's set up to just drop in. So you can get them off their website, or you can get this holster with it. This is the Dark Star Gear Orion, made for a Glock 34. I carry a 17 in it. The extra length also helps to keep everything stable, more comfortable, and tuck everything in. I know it sounds crazy that a longer holster would be more comfortable, but for me, what I found is the extra length actually essentially goes past the pelvic bone, like if I'm in a car or sitting down. So instead of like a shorter holster might kind of jab into you over time, this thing just kind of sits on top of it and just rests there. So it's actually more comfortable, which I know sounds super crazy and contrary, and how you sit down, like you do, and you can sit down well, and you can carry a big ass gun with the right holster. So definitely check it out, highly recommend.